The Sun distributor machine. I've got a little photo sensor right here, and what I've hooked up is a 15 ohm resistor. I got a 12 volt output, and I'm driving the LED directly so it stays on all the time. I'm wanting the once per revolution sensor. And so up here I have an Analog Devices XL335. These things are pretty cheap. They're only about $4, and you get an X, Y, and Z output. X is in this direction, so I'll be able to tell how the machine is vibrating and what part of the rotation that it's extending out on, where it is. So this is kind of interesting. On the output, I got a little filter capacitor to lower the frequency response so we're not looking at so much noise. And this is our scope. This will be the signal. This is the maximum minimum voltage. It's about 0.3 volts per G. Down here I got a little lithium battery that provides 3.6 volts for the sensor. And this is the once per revolution. So this is peak displacement right here. So that's pretty much almost opposite of where the LED is. And this is my little whip motion. Let me put this down here. Upside down. So we'll scan over. It looks interesting, but there's not much I can gather from that. This is the little whip motion. Really nice for finding displacement, but it just gives you the maximum numbers. So I used to balance these just by taking out all the weights. There's a big weight that would normally go here. It's a whole stack of these washers. But since we're missing the circuit board that mounts over here, we don't need them. Sometimes you'll see some weights over here. So it's best to just remove all the weights and start fresh. I found that a little weight over here works. And this is somewhere around and over to this end that usually works well. Like I say, I had to cut this bolt off because someone had tightened it down, and it was so tight that you couldn't tighten it and you couldn't unloosen it. So it just kind of sits there. You can't remove it because it's the head's on the back. I used to balance these just by taking the machine and tipping it on edge, having it where there's nothing involved, and I would spin the wheel and see where it landed. And statistically, I found out kind of where the weight should be. So ideally, you'd want to take the shaft out, put it on some straight edge, and balance it that way. But short of that, you can't get rid of all of it, but there's little enough vibration that by just having a little bit of a weight here and removing these here seems to work. So I haven't figured out anything better than that.